What's the most creative excuse for a failed PT test you've ever heard? Private Danny Williams failed his Army PT test spectacularly. 2-mile run time was 23 minutes. Push-ups, 12. Sit-ups, 8. His sergeant was furious. Williams, what's your excuse? You've had 3 months to prepare for this test. Danny looked him straight in the eye and said, Sergeant, I've been sabotaged by my own body. I have a rare condition called exercise-induced temporal displacement syndrome. The whole platoon went silent. Even the sergeant looked confused. What the hell is that supposed to mean, Williams? Danny pulled out a thick folder of medical documents. Sergeant, every time I exercise intensely, my brain experiences time differently. What feels like 2 minutes to me is actually 20 minutes in real time. He opened the folder, showing official-looking papers with medical terms and doctor signatures. During the push-ups, I thought I was crushing it. Felt like I did 50, but my brain was processing time at 1/10 normal speed. Same with the run. I thought I was flying, felt like a 6-minute mile pace. The sergeant flipped through the documents. Everything looked legitimate. Brain scans, specialist reports, detailed explanations of neural pathway disruptions during physical stress. Says here you need special accommodations, modified testing procedures. Danny nodded seriously. The condition affects about 1 in 50,000 people. The Army's medical board is still developing protocols for soldiers like me. 3 weeks later, Danny got reassigned to administrative duties. No more PT tests required. Medical exemption approved. 6 months after that, our unit deployed to Afghanistan. Danny stayed behind on base, working in the supply office while we went to war. 2 years later, I'm back home and run into Danny at a bar. He's bragging to some college girls about his military service. Yeah, I had this rare medical condition. The Army couldn't figure out how to handle it. That's when I noticed something. Danny was wearing a Boston Marathon finisher's medal from last month. I pulled him aside. Danny, didn't you have that time displacement thing? How'd you run a marathon? He grinned and ordered another beer. Dude, I made the whole thing up. Spent $200 on fake medical documents from this guy who specializes in military exemptions. The brain scans, stock photos from medical websites, the doctor signatures, traced from real doctors who'd never heard of me. Danny explained how he'd researched actual neurological conditions, mixed symptoms from 3 different disorders, and created a fake syndrome that sounded plausible enough to fool military doctors. Best part? Once you're in the system with a medical exemption, nobody questions it. They just shuffle you to a desk job and forget about you. I was stunned. You faked a brain disorder to avoid push-ups? Not just push-ups, man. I avoided an entire war deployment. While you guys were getting shot at in Afghanistan, I was playing video games in an air-conditioned office. Danny finished his beer and showed me his marathon time. 3 hours, 15 minutes. Turns out I'm actually in pretty good shape when I want to be. The guy who was too disabled to do 8 sit-ups had just outrun most of America.